I have to shout out the Supreme Commander 2 OBG Discord channel. That's right, it is a place where you guys could go and talk about Supreme Commander 2. You can even check out my videos and the videos of others in the streaming and video section of this Discord. The link to this Discord is in the descriptions down below. And as you can see, sometimes I get on here and I talk to people. I talked to Maytar. I said, yo, I told him he had an awesome new portrait, that alien. I really think that's cool. And he said, thank you. So, you know, as you can see, people like Apex hang out here. He's a cool guy. And Wild Genie's trying to troll Alpha Hex, call him Beta Hex. I disagree with you, Wild Genie. That's not cool. But of course, everyone's playing around in here. I think he's kidding. So Wild Genie, keep being wild. But anyhow, we got another Supreme Commander 2 related Discord. We got Odd Astra. And I don't know if it is open for everybody or not, but I just got put into it. So I got invited and I entered, and I'm like, wow, this is very active. They are both active Discords. I do not have an invite from this one, so if you see anybody you know over here on who is in this replay, you're gonna have to ask them to get an invite from them, because I don't have one. I don't know what they are, what their policy is. So forgive me. Like I said, I don't have access to this one, but I just want to let you guys know that this exists, and it's super cool that people have Discords for this game. So anyhow, without further ado, let's get on with the match. All right, welcome back to the video. Thank you so much for sitting through that. I just want you guys to all be connected and to have a place to communicate within the community. And before the match, I start this match, I know I have a lot of things to talk about. I want to say thank you to Hope, Unknown Desire, Maytar, Regan Warrior 12, Peanut K, and thank you for emailing me and telling me how to say her name, not Peanut, it's Peanut K, and Skyrim, all for sending me replays. That is awesome. You guys are great. Thank you so much. And I also have somebody who sent in a what would you call that? A Forge Alliance Forever replay that I've been meaning to do for about a month, but it's an hour long, so it's going to take me a while to get to it. I am so sorry. I've been so busy lately because of all the weddings and the such. And I have a cat who got an infection on her face that it bursts with nasty blood and everything. Had a drainage tube, so we're dealing with that, cleaning her up and taking her to the vet, making sure she gets her antibiotics, and on top of work and all that. It's been pretty stressful lately, so guys, forgive me for my delay. I usually like to give you at least one bonus video a week, but lately it just hasn't been happening. So anyhow, to those I mentioned, thank you so much, and to my one Patreon who sent me 20 bucks, did not want to be mentioned anymore. So thank you. I'm going to say thank you to the anonymous person who tipped. Well, it's not anonymous. His name is in the last video, so I'm sorry. So thank you for that. And also to anybody else who said that they're going to donate, thank you so much. You are awesome. You guys are the reason why I do this video channel. So on with the match. Let's see who these players are. Before I do that, of course, the map is the iconic Open Palms, and I don't need to tell you that. You guys already know it's on this channel a lot. So anyhow, we got Osmos. He is an upcoming pro. People are talking a lot about this guy. This guy has been, you know, tearing it up lately. Apparently, he's really kicking butt. He is the green Cyber Commander, doing eco and walking for a forward base, an interesting tactic. He did that before he capped that last mass extractor, so his eco is going to be a little bit lacking, but he's going to be able to get troops up a little bit faster. And his opponent, we got Succubus. Now, I think Succubus is Hope, actually, and I'm going to be referring to him as Hope. He is the purple UEF commander. I love that purple and black look. I love that how that comes out instead of like purple and white. The purple and black just look so good together. I don't know what you guys think, but I definitely think so. So he went straight for an air factory. He's popping out an Eagle Eye Bomber because that is cheaper and just as good as scouting as the Wasps. And he is building a land factory. So he's got a balanced build. He did the air factory and then he went to eco. So he's got his energy generators, 2 energy generators. That's a good amount right there. So I'm going to speed this bad boy up. And it appears that Osmos has decided to go with 2 land factories instead of 3, which might not be a bad idea because that allowed him to get a air factory of his own, which is a great counter. Whenever you guys see an air factory, what do you guys need to do? Think about it. Make an air factory of your own. So that is very obnoxious. Hope was trying to take out that engineer. Almost got him too. Well, not exactly. A few more passes would have done him, and maybe 1 or 2 more with those 3 eagle eyes there. There's a 4th one that was hot off the presses, so that engineer was definitely dead. But a factory AA shooed them away. There's 2 factory AAs, so that is not bad at all. Now, this is a thing that you do not want to have happen. That single solitary Gemini could take out all of those Eagle Eye bombers. Now, that's free RP, and yeah, these bombers are donezo. Yeah, all 3 of them are dead by 1. Now, a Wasp versus a Gemini. The Gemini may win because a Gemini has more hit points. That's usually what happens in this game. Yeah, the Wasp won, especially being reinforced. That Eagle Eye should not be over there whatsoever. Now, we had a tank push up. I don't know what that tank was doing. So we got 3 meteors that could cause some massive damage. I think 2 to 3. That is the magic number of annoying meteors. So I'm going to speed this bad boy up because right now they're posturing at each other. Now, Osmos got a really, really awesome scout. He definitely got a nice scout, got to see all the things. Now, there's more Wasps than Geminis, and they could have gone pretty poorly there for Osmos, but it appeared that Hope decided against that. But Hope is building in back, which may not be a good thing to do against Cybern because I was back in the 1. Is it 1.25? Yeah, 1.25 patch. Loyalists could easily get behind your line and blast you away, and especially if you don't have air, you don't want to build in back. But I think Hope has air decently in control and is able to defend against the Loyalists running through there. So the Loyalists are just chilling. You could hear a lot of noises of the servos and gears going and all that good stuff. Now, some more land factories being built by Hope. And that's Osmos. I'm so sorry, guys. Some more land factories being built by Osmos, and we got a research station there. He is expanding. Well, he completed his expansion. Sorry, I was going right there a second ago, but I have a lot to say and little time to say it. So we got a bunch of mass extractors queued up. That is awesome. And Hope is building up. Now let's slow this bad boy down because it looks like we got a little fight going on over here at Hope's expansion. Now that mass extractor's dead. I mean, there's no way around that. That thing is gone. That was eaten up in moments. Now I like it. Got the speed boost upgrade for the UEF. That is going to make the bots speed a whole lot less effective. And remember, these tanks here could tank a lot more damage because remember, they are tanks, and this is a bad thing. You don't want to see the shadows of Gemini flying over your units. No split whatsoever, and 3 units bit the dust. That is a painful thing there, guys. You definitely don't want that happening. Now, the Wasps respond with the single Eagle Eye. The Eagle Eye should probably just be hanging out back here, maybe going on a scouting run. And Osmos, very, very smart, moving a small group of units over to do some damage, but Hope has it kind of covered with that heavy point defense. That point defense is not going to be able to stop this number of units. I think that was a control K. They're very, very smart. Now, that mass extractor is pretty well protected by an engineer and a point defense. Ooh, jump jets, nicely done there by Osmos. Osmos decided to say, see you later, losers, but he didn't micro anymore. His units got absolutely annihilated. Now, that is one thing that the demolishers are super good at. Anything that's stationary just gets absolutely mowed down. So, as you can see, that was a very, very, very quick death for those units. So, as you can see, Hope just has a bunch of research stations and has a fat boy. That is definitely a fat boy coming on out. It's building. It's building pretty fast. Gauss cannons on the mass extractors. So this area right here is 3-point defense strong. So you don't really want to get in there, but that's enough units to probably mow this over. And now there's a lot of point defense there. That is not going to be too easy for those units to attack. But that mass extractor and engineer right there was definitely an easy target. Definitely not a good place for Osmos to park his units. Point defense doing a ridiculous amount of damage, and jump jets to close the gap. Wow, that is definitely a painful thing to have happen. That mass extractor and point defense would not able to stop anything. Now, anti-air with the mass extractors, very, very nicely done there. And a fat boy finally comes off the line, able to do some massive damage. What is being built back here? Just a bunch of regular units for Osmos. 2 fat boys off the presses. Now, these are going to... Was that a unit detonate? I think that was destroying all those tanks. Very annoying, but very effective. Now, demolishers may not... Oh, man, that is obnoxious. Now, that's the thing I've always hated about Cybermen were unit detonate. Unit detonate is such a powerful skill. If you get good at it, you could wipe out your opponent like there is no tomorrow. It is freaking amazing. And this is going to be a nasty little group of units once Osmo starts microwaving them again. They could jump in and do some damage to these veteran mass extractors. You do not want your veteran mass extractors to be destroyed, but I think that's going to happen here in a few moments once these units get pulled out of position and they're actually getting into a better position. I do not suggest doing that right just that moment, Osmos. I suggest pushing in a distraction right here. And, oh, no, you got to move him, There you go. That is a good move. A nice move right there. Jumping in there, taking out, not going for the mass extractor, going for the fat boy instead. Took out an energy generator, not all that devastating to the resources of Hope, but good destruction against the troop production. Now, at least if you take out one of these mass extractors, if Osmos gets at least one, that would have done a decent amount of damage to the mass game, because these older mass extractors are worth a whole lot more. A fat boy and a factory and a couple of mass extractors back here. I told you guys, back here is very hard to defend against Cybrid. They are so fast, they could just, once they get back here, they could jump jet in, walk back here and do whatever, and you can't do anything about it. The nano shield on the small units. These things are going to be very, very, very strong. These loyalists are very powerful unit, or an extremely powerful unit. Quadrupling down on air factories and really dropping down a bunch of land factories. Osmos might want to consider getting into something a little more heftier, into the experimental phase, because his opponent has experimentals. It's only a matter of time before, well, there it is, a jackhammer. If a jackhammer gets into range of your base, just expect a lot of devastation to happen to whatever it fires at. Now, this is not what you want here. These units are getting behind the line. They have shields on them, and they can just jump right in here and take out some veteran mass extractors. Not okay. Now, that unpacking cannon, as soon as it unpacks, and if anything's in range, yeah, that's gonna devastating the shields, absolutely devastating it. And oh no, those jump jetting units are going to get back. Yeah, those fat boys are not going to be much of a match for these jacks doing their work, taking out a bunch of units with each shot. Jackhammers are so powerful. Now, you do an experimental facility lost, and it looks like another regular factory loss. There's several regular factories, and there goes the veteran mass extractors. That is a big loss there for Hope. Hope has lost the veteran mass extractors. His starting 4, that is gonna really hurt. I wish there was a button I could hit that shows me his mass production and what he lost. That is so much. Now, that jackhammer is doing some work against that factory. That is painful. However, it decides to move up a little bit, which is not a bad thing at all. Probably should want to just continually firing at the same factory. Yeah, these fat boys, and the fat boy and jackhammer combo is going to eat through this line here quite quickly. But unfortunately for Hope, he's unable to hold that area to continue this assault because we got Osmos pushing in from several sides. Now we got an anti-nuke, a very smart thing to have against a guy like Osmos. Osmos is building a nuke missile silo and a defense silo, so that could cause some grief in the later stages of the game. But Hope was smart, putting up an anti-nuke. This right here is done. These 2 experimental gantries are donezo. Maybe this one will survive. Yeah, this one will probably survive. The jackhammers do so much damage to small units. And look at this here. You look at that line. Look at those factories destroyed. That is hampering Osmos's unit production quite well. Oh, there we go. That's it. We got long-range artillery. Osmos is elected to just start firing with the long-range artillery, which is probably not a bad idea if you're aiming for these units, but I think he's aiming for home base. Now, Hope is going to have a tough time here because Cybran artillery is so powerful, and UEF shields are not as good as Cybran shields. UEF shields absorb all of the damage or bounce it off, thus taking all of the damage, and they can't really stack. But they do have the Aegis, however, which is a shield that can be recharged, which could be useful against multiple long-range artillery. As you can see, there are 4 coming in a 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Now, that's a ridiculous number of artillery pieces. That is completely deadly. Now, these units are pushing up without air support. That is the best way to lose your land units, but this is like a Hail Mary play, I think. All these land units have, most of this land production has been destroyed. All the land production on this side has been wiped out. Now, this jackhammer would be wise to push in and take out these veteran mass. 1 veteran mass extractor down. I would like to see that jackhammer get right here and just blast at these veteran mass extractors. Oh my goodness, taking out the nuclear missile silo and defense silo, and down it goes. That could be deadly because there is a nuke on the way from Hope. Hope has to build a bunch more shields because this area is not going to last long. As you can see, the devastation, the absolute devastation from that rain. Might want to move the experimentals into a place where they could actually be useful, like maybe a sailing over here, get another air factory way back here and pump out some air because you need air, man. You definitely need it. At this point in the game, not having air is bad, but the veteran mass for Hope is, I mean, Osmos is gone. Not ideal. 2 artillery pieces down, but replaced with 3 immediately back here. And they are still in range of that base. That is really painful. The starting 4 have been rebuilt, but they are not veteran mass, which is unfortunate. Now, this engineer should build them back because it's very unlikely. Oh, there's an engineer building them back. It's very unlikely that these air units are going to do a bombing run. For some reason, I totally believe that. Now, an AGS this was attempted to be constructed. It goes down. There's an air gantry which will probably not change the game unless it is a mega fortress hidden over here, pumping out a bunch of wasps to take back the air game, which could easily be done if there was a little time. Now, as you can see, the unpacking cannon takes very, very little damage. Strategic launch detected. Now, we could see a nuke flying in and probably aimed right where that commander used to be. Taking out another nuke silo and how many artillery pieces? Just 1. Oh, killing only 1 artillery piece. Definitely not ideal. 2 artillery pieces taken out. That jackhammer is devastating. And down it goes as it takes out another artillery piece. That is some good artillery suppression there from Hope. Now, there is some really good nuke suppression going on right now. Now, what Hope is going to want to do now is to stop these loyalists and nuke right about here and take out as many artillery pieces because Cybran artillery is extremely deadly. Now, those unpacking cannons are devastating to small units. Now, we have a couple of wasps, not enough to engage these Geminis. Definitely not enough to stop this. These Gemini, yeah, as you can see, those wasps did very little, but I think they're more there for scouting. Now, here come the wasps. As you can see, they are not wanting to fly over because the AA is all over here. Another strategic launch. Let's see what happens. Is there an anti-nuke? No, there is not. Where is it going? It's going for... Where is it? It's going for these artillery pieces. Yes! That is 4? Oh my goodness, only 3. These nukes do not have a very large radius, but at least that's 3. I would have dropped it right here. That's 4 artillery pieces. Now, this is the thing I hate about Cybran. It gets kind of unfair at this point. Cybran are able to sit back and just spam artillery while you have to come to them, which is a total bummer because look how powerful they are. They are just devastating everything, and planes get shot out of the air. Painful. Those loyalists did very little. They were attacked by wasps while in the air, and they landed right next to a bunch of point defense. Extremely deadly. Way too many artillery pieces. You could just see that it's constant. They fire so fast. Now, a nuke hitting right here would be lovely. Yeah, that nuke is nowhere near being done. And Hope can't leave the comfort of his shields because there's so many artillery pieces that they will utterly annihilate anything it fires at. As soon, even the Aegis will not be able to hold up. As you can see, that Aegis went down and it's blinked back on with the use of a lot of energy. Now, again, like I said, the Aegis could only take so much. It can only be recharged As you can see, the Aegis goes down again, but Hope was able to put down a couple shields. Hopefully for Hope, that Aegis is able to recharge in time. But that Aegis is definitely the target. And as you can see, shields going down, and look at that. That Aegis is seconds away from annihilation. And it blinks right back on at the last moment. Hope is definitely going to want to put up some more shields. See the Aegis goes down in seconds, and that Aegis is dead as that shield pops up, and the shield's already done. So this is what I hate about Cybran. I mean, it's highly effective, very very good tactic, but it's kind of at this point, what are you going to do? At this point, there is nothing Hope could really do to stop this, except for hope for a lucky nuke. But as you can see, I can almost guarantee you that nuke silo is probably the next choice. Gotta fire it! Oh, there it goes. And it's dead. See that? So, Hope is trying to get away in his Starlifter. Oh, is he gonna get oh, he gets out last second. But that's a lot of Gemini. That Gemini is going to take him out. That nuke probably got stopped by that anti-nuke. Yeah, there's no devastation here. But the commander's doing a walk. He control Ks, and boom, down he goes. There was not a lot Hope could have done to pull back from that one. Once the Cybran have enough arty, there is a whole lot of nothing you could do. I'm telling you, those artillery pieces are incredibly powerful and practically unstoppable at that point. They take down Aegis shields in a matter of seconds. Even if they get blinked right back on, they get taken right back down, because that is a whole lot of damage. This game should have been balanced a little bit better, in my opinion, because Cybran artillery is so accurate and so powerful. But that is the draw of playing as Cybran, because Cybran are a late game faction, in my opinion, because once you get in the late game with the Cybran, they could do a whole lot of things, and that's what I think of them. I could be wrong, but that's how I saw them. If you didn't get them early, you're going to have a very, very bad time, especially with things like all of that artillery, and you can see them kind of shimmering as I zoom in and out. That's kind of neat, huh? And you can see the artillery shells too, floating, suspended in air. Very, extremely deadly little things. They hit and they just explode and mess your day up. So very well played there by Hope. Thank you for sending it in, Hope. And as you guys can see, Hope doesn't always send in replays where he wins. This was an awesome match lasting about 40 minutes to the players, and they committed to it to play it to the end. And there is the winner. We got Osmos. Very, very good play with your little jetpack on your commander. Awesome, awesome play. So very well done there. Pushing Hope back and artying him to death. So that is something to be proud of, guys. So thank you for playing the match, Osmos, and thank you for sending it in, Hope. And again, thank you for the overwhelming support you guys have given me lately. It's been an insane amount of support. I thought this game was dying, but apparently I was wrong. Apparently you guys want me to keep doing this, and I guess I will. So be sure to recruit on your own. Be sure to send them even my videos, because that might help people play more. And in fact, you could even cast your own, because we need more people doing this. Slow Frog and I are the only two people really casting competitive matches. And if you want to get in on the game, go for it. I say do it. But if you don't want to, that is okay. Send them to me. I got it covered. I got the game covered. I release at least one video a week. I try my best, even though I am super, super busy as of late. But I care about you guys. I think about you all. I think you are all great and wonderful people, and I appreciate everything you guys do. So don't you think I don't think about you, because I most definitely do. So again, thank you all so much for the support. You guys are awesome, and I can't thank you enough for all the support. Sending me, even if it's sending me replays, commenting my videos, liking them, that all goes a long way to helping me become more visible and helping this community out. So seriously, guys, all the things you do, pat yourselves on the back for keeping this game alive for as long as you have. So hopefully people see this, like the developers see this, and they're like, dang, maybe we have something here with an RTS. And Square Enix might see it and be like, man, we should get a small team to develop Supreme Commander 3, or even have people in the community that know how to code and do this thing, do this stuff to develop it. Heck, if anybody in the community knows how to develop games, I would be so stoked to see you guys develop an RTS like Supreme Commander, but balanced. Even doing something like a single faction with different commanders like Planetary Annihilation did, but make it flat, like none of that planet stuff. That it was a cool concept, but it was so hard to control. And make it so that tactics win, not just spam, because spam, wow, that really sucks because like you could have the map and you get, yeah, it's kind of a bummer when the game is just spam, 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 right? You know, so something like that would be cool. Balance it out, and make sure like not one part, like the orbital layer was like really strong. I thought that was really, really stupid. Like the orbital turrets, like you send some orbital fighters at it. You have like 10 orbital fighters, should be enough to take out a turret. Nope, kills you, kills your fighters. I found that to be weird. So if you make a game, nothing weird like that. So always make it so units are more effective than your static defenses. I always hated that when static defenses are more powerful than your units. I find that to be stupid. There's no incentive of attacking. You should just turtle and try to get a nuke. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Planetary Annihilation was like that, but they have so many units. And one thing I absolutely hated about Planetary Annihilation is its lack of optimization. And one unit that pissed me off were the docks, the little bots that could walk under or over water. Like, what? Tech 1 bots should not be able to transverse water. That is absolutely ridiculous and not cool. You should have to fight it out regularly until you get the Tech 2 at least to transverse water with your land units. That's just my opinion. So if anybody's developing a game out there, let me know. Like this, I'd be happy to support you and shout you out and hype you up. I would love to do that. I would even play your game and test it. So let me know if you're into that. So anyhow, guys, thank you for your support. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, favorite it because that helps me out. Send your good replays to StealSpeaks@gmail.com. Comment down below. Say something nice about the players of this match. Say something very nice about them because they are awesome. They are so good at this. Osmos is an upcoming pro, and I am so glad to have another one. Thank you for joining the party, Osmos. And I have a Patreon. It's linked down below. Give me some cash if you want. Hook me up. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you guys paid me a little bit for doing this, because who doesn't want to be paid for doing what they love for people that they like? You know what I mean, guys? So this is something that it's really meaningful to be able to do this stuff and get paid. You know, I mean, I don't need the money, but it really incentivizes me to making more videos for you, the viewer. So thank you guys so much for that. And also check out those Discords I mentioned earlier. Definitely check out the Supreme Commander 2 OBG Discord. Alpha Hex moderates that. I think the invite is down in my description down below. Anyone can get in there, find a match maybe, hit people up. And if you want to get in that odd Astra, the AA Discord, you could go from the Supreme Commander OBG Discord and talk to somebody in Odd Astra the Discord to try to invite you. Again, I don't know about their policy. I have no clue about that policy. I don't even know if I'm even allowed to talk about it. I might have actually done a faux pas. But Ad Astra, remember, this is me shouting you out, telling you guys are doing some good things. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate what you're doing for the community and keeping it alive. So keep that up. So don't take it as me revealing your secrets, because I'm definitely not. They hold internal tournaments, and I think that is amazing. So if you want to get hooked up with Odd Astra, even becoming a member, you might want to chat with those guys. So it's a big community. These guys play all the time, so definitely want to get hooked up with them. So yeah, sorry to ramble so much. There's just a lot to talk about, and I'm super excited for the community. You guys have really reawakened this game. So be sure to, yeah, I already said my spiel, right? So what else do I have to say? Share with your friends, family, and foes, and as always, everyone, GG.